Because we're at the Hideaway, right?
No.
No. You sure? Are you sure?
Where am I?
Where am I? We're at the Hideaway. We're on the patio. We're on the super smooth, clean patio here at the Hideaway, just shaded by the huge deck, which I assume means it's NFL season week 1. Let's go.
Panthers. What do you
got today?
Panthers plus 3.5.
Are the Panthers getting points?
I don't know.
I do like the Panthers in week 1 because they're going to play the Browns, and Baker Mayfield's going to break his little baby-sized foot off in their ass. Actually, we are here. It is the Hideaway. You know we love being here, and it's a big day. It's the Wild World of Sports golf tournament. Okay, so this is the first tournament I golfed in like 7 or 8 years last year, and I was awesomely bad. And since then, I've golfed in like 6 to 8 more tournaments. So I'm hoping to be just like kind of bad, not awesomely bad. You're going to be out here on the course with our good friend Tom Gurka. And by good friend, I say that so that he doesn't bother me, hoping that he'll take the compliment as payment to stay away from me. And you're going to be sampling Yankee Distillers.
Yes, that's right.
Fun.
Yep.
I'm going to play. I will also sample Yankee Distillers and everything else on the course. So I believe like registration shotgun start is at 10. I wouldn't be shocked if you could sneak in real quick. Just throw the clubs in the car, grab a couple bros, and or sisters, and get on over here because it'll be fun.
If you want, you can register under the Albany Empire. Can you do that?
Yeah, I might have a spot. I think I know I'm missing at least one person today. So we're gonna play fast. That's what I can tell you right now. We are gonna play fast. That's gonna be because you know me, man. I'll hit it, and if I like it, I'll go hit it again. If I don't like it, I'll give a quick look for it. And then I'm out. And then I'm gone.
If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, wherever it might be, you can leave us a comment for the show today. Thank you for getting up with us this morning. So if you've got any questions in the sports world, we will make sure to answer those throughout the show today, right around 9 o'clock when registration starts.
Cindy's got way too much energy. Yay! I love Cindy to death.
Right around 9 o'clock, we'll have more people coming over. So if it gets a little bit louder with the background, that's probably going to be why.
Yankee Distillers.
Oh, he's the best. No doubt.
Well, Yankee Distillers is the best. That other guy, not so much.
We've got games set up on hold, so if you haven't had a chance to come by this event, it is going to be awesome. I'm going to be taking some videos today, so if you're a sports fan who's played in this, you want to offer some takes about the world of Aaron Judge and the Mets and everything else going on, college football, some of the stuff we'll talk about.
Shame the Yankees didn't play last night. It really is.
I know.
Shame that didn't happen. I mean, the last 2 games they played were phenomenal, but the last night, just take a night off like that out of nowhere was weird. Blocked it out.
They play pretty well though. You want to lead with the Yankees and Red Sox? You want to go there?
I would have rather led with the Yankees and Red Sox like the last 2 days. Sorry, I found a little like rock that I can itch my back with.
I just zipped my zipper up for the visual audience there.
Oh yeah,
forgot to
it's a little
up.
Cold out here, ladies. Don't get too excited about the old
morning.
The old Gozzy Cub and the Twins. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way you're sitting right now.
I can still sleep.
I am uncomfortable. For those of you watching on Tech East Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page, we do fix disasters. So we'll be here to help out. Yeah, what a bummer. Like I stayed up. I watched it. You know, the Verdugo, little prick. It's weird because this Yankee team has me feeling some kind of way, as in they just don't lose. Oh, we're going to extras. Okay, so who's it gonna be? Judge? It's gonna be Donaldson. Who's gonna be? I can't really. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be somebody. Somebody's gonna get it for us, and then they don't win one. You're like, wait a minute, my television is broken. Dang nabbit. And here we are. So, Yankees. So tonight, Yankees Sox. Yankees win. They take the series 3 of 4. Sox can salvage a split. Don't love that. I'd rather just whoop the asses and be done with it, but here we are.
Josh Donaldson early in the series just hitting bomb after bomb, and it was so interesting because that Donaldson move, people wondered whether or not he was still going to have stuff left in the tank because it seemed as if his best seasons were behind him in Toronto. He's an MVP. That statement is still probably true, but to be a contributor and to provide offense for the Bronx Bombers, he can still do that. Aaron Hicks is slowly but surely kind of turning into the player some people thought he could be. He had a home run earlier in the series as well. Like you mentioned, Boston, although they did get the game last night, they're likely still going to be a playoff team. Like you had to go through
We'll give you what, 10 over 500?
I know it's 8:05 in the morning here, but I don't need a power ranking. But Boston is somewhere there in the top 4 or 5 best teams in the American League. So at some point, you thought maybe they'd pick up a win in this.
I'd say easily best 4 or 5 teams in the American League East. Easily, they're in that. I'd put them there. I'm not afraid to go out on that.
Right.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I think the scary part with them is, Chris Sale rehabbing. He threw an absolute hissy fit, and what was it, Pawtucket, where they took him out after you're getting 45 pitches. He gets 45 pitches. They pull him, and he throws a fit. It's good to see he's still insane. Just cutting up jerseys, losing his mind over things he was already told was going to happen. Like, hey, 45 pitches, you're done. Gotcha, Skip. 45 pitches, they pull him out. He loses his mind. God,
what a psycho. What about his answer too, right? Like, I still can't get over the answer. Like, well, that's what happens when you film somebody. You might not see something you're going to like when you're filming. You're out of your mind. Do not blame the guy filming you for having a meltdown.
Well, I mean, it's correct. You're correct. But his logic is sound. It is sound logic. The logic is, hey, don't look. You won't see it. Don't start. None won't be none. That's all there is to it. I just saw something that just absolutely pissed me off.
Already? What happened?
So these trolls that have the links to like try to get you to watch on their viewing platform. So a lot of times if it's a road game and I'm watching the game on YouTube, I'll go through and delete the effers as we're going. Somebody they're not even paying attention anymore. You can watch this match in the best quality link here. We're not a match. There's no match. There's not even a thing. Now you're not even trying. Now you're just randomly showing up and linking the things that whatever we do, I'm going to block this user. Boom.
Now, is that
Blocked.
Tech East? Is that Godzilla Media? Are they just searching sports?
I think they're on the Hideaway one. That one. Because we're broadcasting at Tech East Facebook, Hideaway's Facebook, and Godzilla Media's YouTube. But yeah, just go away, you freaking dirty trolls. And 9 times out of 10, it's some Facebook page that probably hasn't been active in 10 years, and you have to get out there. But God, it's just annoying. But this one, you can catch this match. What match, jackass? What one? There isn't even. You're not even trying anymore. Oh, I hate people. Have I mentioned I hate people lately?
Is the Premier League on? Can someone check with Matt Woods? It's 2 o'clock in England, right?
Match it up. It's the match. I mean, Yankees. Should I be worried? I mean, should we start to panic?
No, 15-game lead, right? 14-game lead, whatever it is.
I think we're okay. I think we should be nervous. I think we should be a little worried. I think it's we're not there yet. It's All-Star break, coming up.
Although you're not worried, and rightfully so, and Yankee fans shouldn't. Let me toss this question. I feel like Houston is no longer the biggest question mark.
Houston, you gotta be worried about Houston. Remember when you get to the postseason, pitching's everything, right? So when you've got the Sox who are gonna get Sale back at some point, you've got the ageless wonder Verlander, you got all these guys who can go out there and just deal and handle business. You can't forget about them. They're going to be in the postseason in some way, shape, or form. You just got to hope that whoever somehow you get lucky and the one you want gone the most gets bounced while you're sitting at home waiting for the wild cards to get done.
Yeah, that's sort of kind of why I'm thinking about Houston, because you've seen Houston so often, and if you compare this 2022 Houston team to Houston teams of the past, really good, but not as good as the World Series teams. And some could say, well, they were also cheating guys, so that's a little bit different. But they don't have George Springer. They don't have some of the bats they used to. However, if you look at that AL East with Boston, Toronto, and Tampa, just playing them so often.
Why did you say Baltimore?
Baltimore's fantastic, man.
Wow.
Shout out to my O's. Woo! First team in the last 20 years to trail going into the 9th inning, 3 games in a row and win all 3. We're back, baby. Suck it, Buster Olney. Suck it.
I mean, you're not back. You're better than you've been in a long time.
Is Baltimore back? Take that, Texas.
No. Oh. Maybe the Ravens. Oh, you know what? We do know what match. Chad just pointed out. The match they're trying to stream is Jeff Levack versus Jared Lozier.
Big European audience for that.
Yeah.
Lozier and Levack, the names have been thrown off. That's right.
The last time they met, Lozier lost a testicle. Can he nut up and handle one this time? No, look, Baltimore's not. They're not a pushover, but they're still not good.
They're better.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said something about it, and I can't match. I gave you a hard time jokingly, and then some guy was like, "Well, yeah, but there's with the payroll." I go, "Yeah, I got a lot of banners on my wall. Like, hey, we did the best we could for what we spent."
Yeah, that's CT or somebody on Twitter. I'm like, you're not helping. You're not. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're not helping me.
Yeah, it's amazing what they've done with what they've spent. Hey, we didn't try very hard, so we achieved just about nothing, but it was the right amount of achievement.
It's like saying someone's 400 pounds. They have a girlfriend. Look, they're doing well.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, listen, sure. The seat didn't break today. That's good. It's a win. Take it.
Anyways, I would consider the Yankees AL East teams a bigger threat to them just because they're all good. They all know those teams, the matchups, everything else. Over Houston, all three of them. Rays, Jays, and Red Sox. Bigger threats than Houston.
Subway Series?
Oh, man. Yes. I had the Mets in the preseason. I had Mets Blue Jays preseason, so I'll stick with the Mets. But I want to see DeGrom, man. Like, I know DeGrom's got a rehab start coming up. If DeGrom is what DeGrom usually is, which is arguably the best pitcher in baseball, and you've got Scherzer coming back, and you've got, Atlanta's getting a little bit better, but I would say right now the Mets are still the favorite to win the National League over the Dodgers too.
I had Yankees Braves, I believe, before the season started. So, but I like the optics of a Subway Series way more. Obviously, Levack and Goz, we are here live at the Hideaway. I'm watching the course pro CJ out there working on some putting. I do need a new putter, by the way, CJ. Can you make that happen for me? Appreciate you.
Levack, it is an active summer. I feel like everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everyone's been hitting the concert scene here in the capital region. Hopefully, you were smart enough and bought your tickets on SeatGeek.com and use the promo code GOZ.
Do they have Lawn Geek for SPAC?
GOZ. You can check for SPAC and see if there's just like a Lawn Geek section. I'm sure they can help you find the seats you're looking for. And how about this? Whatever concerts you're going to in the capital region or anywhere across upstate New York, buy your tickets on SeatGeek.com and use the promo code GOZ, GOZ. If your tickets total over $50 for your first purchase using SeatGeek.com, $20 off your order. Basically, you're getting 2 tickets for free. Concerts, events, games, and more. SeatGeek.com. Use the promo code GOZ, GOZ, for $20 off your first purchase over $50. Again, whatever you want to do this summer. Sporting events, seeing your favorite band, musician, anything you want. SeatGeek.com can help you find it. At SeatGeek.com this summer, use the promo code GOZ, GOZ, for $20 off.
GOZ, the biggest geek in a seat ever. There he is, Chad.
Promo code CHAD, CHAD.
Hanging Chad.
$100 off. That's not a real thing. Don't use that. I don't need an email from SeatGeek.
Actually, now I want you to use it. I'm ready.
Can you imagine?
There's a lot of things.
You said 100 GOZ. I heard it on the podcast.
There's a lot of things that I'm not allowed to talk about today because GOZ is being prissy. But now I'm going to use promo code CHAD as much as possible. All the things I want to talk about, GOZ won't let me. All right. Hey, look, Empire. How you like that? You take
Where is it? Right here?
Let's see how you pot it up. Yeah, pot it up. You know, where are you?
Promo code CHAD.
With the Columbus victory over San Antonio, the Empire going back to the postseason right now. We are guaranteed to be playing on the 23rd of July. Now we work on making sure that's here at the MVP Arena, and we take it from there. But that was a very crazy game.
July 30th.
23rd and then 30th. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
I mean, you weren't wrong, but I just want to make sure you had another date on there.
Things I want to talk about, you won't let me, so scattered. I don't like this being held back, this censorship that I'm dealing with.
You can do it on Bros and Bourbon, the new podcast with Godzilla Media.
No.
Check them out.
You get no love till I get bourbon.
Does it feel weird that you guys clinched the playoff spot by not playing?
No, because that's football. That's football, Susan. Tommy Gross, what a bye week for the Albany Empire. We clinched a playoff spot. Carolina loses big last night. When did Mason Espinosa re-sign with the Columbus Lions? I thought he retired to be a coach.
Yeah, forget all this. Let's not bury the headline. Let's get into Mason Espinosa. Because I texting you? You were texting me about this on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. So, if you were watching the Columbus Lions roster all year, which some people are paid to do, he's always been on the roster. He's been an inactive member of the Lions roster all year long, but he's been there. He's been part of their 25-man all year long. So basically what they did is they let him sit there and they started promoting last week that Friday was going to be like a legend returning and this, that. And I think people thought like, oh, somebody will come visit. Maybe Mason Espinosa will come and like wave to the crowd. I started hearing rumors and stuff that he was going to play. Sure enough, there he goes. The reigning league MVP, Mason Espinosa, is back and he's playing and led them to a hard fought victory. San Antonio is not going to. They're not giving anybody an easy win. It's just not going to happen. So, but Mason Espinosa is back.
Can you hit Daniel's comment? I think it's the most recent one that came because I think it's kind of cleared up by you, but it's a little confusing still.
So they held Mason on the roster like you do a player in fantasy waiting to return. Something like that. Like, yeah, I mean, realistically, like, so what you do in the NAL, if you outright release somebody to free up a roster spot, you have two choices. Let them go, and if they end up signing with another team, so be it. Or suspend them. The league will suspend them, and then you can bring them back from suspension, or you can ask the league to bring them back from suspension if you want to bring them back later. But if you just release them, like you could have just released Mason Espinosa, then who knows? Maybe, maybe he signs with Carolina, maybe he signs with somebody else. You just can't do that. And then if you suspend him, it's just not great. It's not. Some teams don't like to do that kind of stuff. So I think what Columbus did was, hey, look, we know you're going to go coach full time. You don't have the time to do this right now. We're going to leave you as an inactive member of our roster. If at any point you decide to come back, boom, let us know. Make sure you're stretching, eat your vitamins and vegetables and all that crap, and maybe we'll see you later. I imagine Coach Gibson's calling Mason every other week. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Right,
How's everything? How's your time? Read up yet? You look good. You look good out there. Saw you with a clipboard.
Daniel's,
so here he is.
Yeah, Daniel's comparison's not too far off. I think another maybe even more fresh way to compare it is you're a Raider fan. Sort of like Marshawn Lynch when he played for the Raiders. Like he retired, but technically his rights were owned by the Raider franchise. Gronk was like this with the Patriots too. Like those franchises, if they ever decided to Gronk, Lynch, unretire, they'd have to play for that franchise. Technically, Mason Espinosa retired. He just only retired for a few months and then came back. That's maybe another way to look at it.
And this is like, so Daniel, Daniel Rossi, is it like our kicker? No, Mark is not. Mark was hurt. He was on the IR. Very different situation.
So
different situation.
With the return of Espinosa now back for Columbus.
Yes.
Albany's clinched the playoff spot. That's Carolina, Albany, and Jacksonville have all now clinched the berth for the July 30th opening semifinal round games.
Correct.
It seems as if now Columbus is the most likely team to clinch that fourth spot. The hardest part to evaluate with Columbus now is that if you're a Carolina Cobra fan, you got to be pissed because it's more than likely if you play with the favorites here in the NAL the final 2 weeks of the regular season. If Albany wins out, they're likely going to be the 2 seed. So Carolina potentially could now face as the top seed in the whole thing, a MVP-led Columbus Lion team as the 4th spot.
Yeah, well, look at what we've got in this league right now, right? So you've got, with the return of Mason Espinosa and Columbus, you got a Columbus team. I will say it was weird. I think the defense was watching Mason Espinosa almost as much as the rest of us were, because that Columbus defense has been playing great football, and then they were getting turnstiled by San Antonio. So that was where I have to assume that defense will pick its efforts back up a little bit, but that's a team you don't really want to face between the defense and what Espinosa can do. Jacksonville, look at what they did to Carolina, and just look at what they are since they signed Arvell Nelson. I mean, that's a team, and they got Wilson back yesterday, and he looked like he hasn't missed a beat after 3 games. Jacksonville's a scary team. Empire, we're a scary team, and Carolina, Malik Henry had a great game, then he had a crap game. What's going to happen there at quarterback? That's I guess the question for Carolina.
Henry, man, I'm still dying with my throat here. Henry earlier in the season was looking at an MVP candidate, and he's not the same player, but now he's kind of finding his groove a little bit. All that stuff's coming together now for that team. So you mentioned July 30th, the playoffs will happen. The goal is still for the Empire to get that home playoff game. It's far more likely, and if a few things happen in a certain direction here over the next week or so, that a win potentially on Saturday for the Pink game could clinch that home playoff game. Again, a bunch of scenarios have to play out for it to happen as quick as this Saturday. With that being said, the playoff scenario format is still similar to 2021, where it's straight 1 week semifinals, July 30th. The championship game is that first weekend in August? I know. Okay, thank you. I wanted to clear this up. Okay.
No, so it's the same as one host 4, 2 host 3, highest seed host championship game. There'll be a bye week this year.
Oh, okay.
So the championship game will be the weekend of August 13th. And I say the weekend because depending upon who is the highest seed at that time will decide whether it's a Saturday game or Sunday game or Friday or possibly a Monday game. I believe Carolina's arena is booked to the point where if they are the 1 seed and they host the championship game, it would be on a Monday.
A Monday?
It would be on a Monday. I believe. I don't know. I don't waste a lot of time on, Greensboro Coliseum, but yeah, so there'll be a bye week and then you get the game. So the August 13th weekend.
Little Monday madness potentially in Greensboro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's so weird though, because like when you say that, my first thought is like how inconvenient it was to cover the college football national championship. Because your job is to cover that stuff, but whatever, you still have to go do other stuff for your job. I'm like, oh my God, Monday night. What if we had to go to Carolina for the championship game? Whatever. It's like, oh wait, that's my only job. That's my only job at that point.
Okay.
Tech used to wait until I get back. It is, yeah. So it's basically the one thing I hear a lot of people like freak out over the extra games that Carolina and Jacksonville are playing. It comes down to win percentage, but realistically, watch the loss columns. Because the loss column is going to tell you where everybody is. If the Empire went out and we end up 8-4 regular season, and both Jacksonville and Carolina have 5 losses, we're the 1 seed. That's what you're looking for. So you need 2 more wins out of your Empire, and you need 1 more loss out of Carolina, who plays Columbus and Jacksonville. So they're not a surefire road for them. But again, Orlando's had a down year. San Antonio, both at home for the Empire. Need the support, need people there. Both those teams are going to try and play spoiler. Like Orlando's got a little brother complex with us. It's something. I love this. I love it. Cindy's like, did we talk about the pink game? Like, Cindy, you haven't talked to me about the pink game in a while, Cindy. I miss you. We haven't had a brainstorm meeting in a bit, but the pink game is this Saturday coming up. And if you go to AlbanyEmpireNAL.com, click on the 2 Life link. Buy your tickets through that link. Buy your tickets through the 2 Life link. Albany.spinzo.com/2 Life. $5 from every ticket purchase goes right to 2 Life. Right to them. And 2 Life is a great organization that supports and educates and helps survivors of breast cancer right here in the capital region, local, helping them live, helping them, get more help that they need, all those great things. And $5 from everyone. And you can make an additional donation right there on the page as well. It's all taken care of for you. Just check that out. It's definitely worth doing. As a matter of fact, if you look on the screen right now, if you're watching on Techie's Facebook page or the Hideaway's Facebook page or Godzilla's YouTube, Cindy's actually put the link up. She's got the full link. There's a smaller link, Cindy, but let's just get it. Let's get it going. Really, really excited to try to raise a little bit of money for this great organization that a lot of people don't even know about.
For our audio audience, that link is going to be shared in our description below. So go down and check that out as well.
And just go to the website too, AlbanyEmpireNAL.com. So between the description, the website, if you're watching, and just about every other piece of social media I've got, there's no excuse not to get yourself a ticket. I mean, like if you go buy, the cheapest tickets we have, $5 is still going to 2 Life. You go buy them on the boards, $5 to Life, and then of course we're working on some other things to do to try to sweeten the pot a little bit, as they say, for our friends over at 2 Life. I love Cindy. She's one of my favorite people, and as she says, this is a quote of hers: "Support boobies, please." I don't know when we were separated at birth, but it happened, and
the best cause possible. Come out this Saturday. You know what? 3 home potential games in a row: 16th, 23rd, and 30th. MVP Arena. Awesome Albany Empire stuff here coming up this summer.
Yeah, it's something we've been wanting to get together with and get it going and do the right thing. So it's also a white out. So our guys are going to wear all white with the pink sleeves, the pink shoes. We're going to have our friends at Elevation 10K are working up some special shirts that we'll be able to have for people there. It's going to be a great day. We're going to honor some amazing survivors right here in the capital region, raise some cash, raise some awareness, and hopefully lock up a home playoff game.
Let's go Empire. Let's make it happen. By the way, proud sponsor of the Albany Empire, the Mohawk family Levack. I saw By the way, they're all over the place. My phone was lighting up this weekend. Hey, I'm getting a new car. Hey, I'm getting a new car. I'm like, I like the sound of this. This is very good. I'm appreciating everybody going out and doing that, making sure you're staying busy on these weekends. Mohawk Honda wants to buy your vehicle. Stop over to Glenville, New York, and trade in your car where you could be trading back your vehicle for as much as you originally paid for it. That's right. Mohawk Honda wants to buy your vehicle right now. It's a wild world right now. Look at that. At the wild world of sports here at the Hideaway, involving that
promo code Chad.
Promo code Chad. That's right. The supply chain's in a weird spot right now. Mohawk Honda wants to make sure you are taking advantage of it. Stop in, say hello. Shout out to everybody over there. Greg Johnson is on the news too, man. I saw him getting a shout out on CBS 6. Lindsey Harridan, McKenna's, everybody over there want to make sure they can help you get a new ride. Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of the way to please you, and they are buying your vehicles this summer.
I'm a big fan of CBS 6 lately.
Are you?
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on.
You're a big fan of the sports anchor?
No.
Digital correspondent?
No.
Okay.
No. Other people I'm not allowed to talk about right now. Big fan.
Thank you for
big fan.
Protecting me here.
By the way,
you can share your thoughts at the Jeff Levack on Twitter, so I can stay there.
Lighten up, all right? Support amazing local talent, okay? Fearless, amazing, hardworking local talent. That's what I say. That's all I say.
Radar
Promo
left
code
a comment.
Chad. Promo code Chad. That's not Radar. Ben.
Oh.
This is early Levack and Goz. Yeah. He's an Eagle Scout. He's been up. He hasn't been to bed yet.
I have to confess something. So about this Ben character, right?
Ben character.
So how many times?
Benny Wednesday, my friend.
There
Benny
we go.
Wednesday.
There's my problem here.
Why?
Because you've said Benny Wednesday to me. I can't tell you how many times. 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
And you would think after all these times of you saying Benny Wednesday, it was going to click in my head of what you were talking about.
No,
and then I realized, I'm like, he keeps saying Benny Wednesday. Isn't that like the Paisans pizza guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, okay, whoever Benny Wednesday is, why is he like nicknaming this guy Benny Wednesday? There's already a Benny Wednesday who does the Paisans pizza stuff. That is the same person.
Same person.
That's this.
Wait, you love it? You love it? That's my draft. That's my pick. My pick. Benny Wednesday. I'm a little scared of him too. Hey.
That's what I wanted.
There you go.
That's
for
what
you.
I wanted.
That's for you.
He's the same person.
Yeah. Yes.
I never pieced it together. I'm embarrassed by that you've been saying it for 20, 25 times. That's Benny Wednesday. I'm like, no, that's the Paisans pizza guy. Like, that's it's the same person.
I know. Why are you yelling at me? I knew that all along. That's why I was calling him that name. I remember when they told me in the office for the first time, they played me the video, I started dying. Because I didn't know, like, he's always this little quiet guy in the office. I call him Russell from Up. and then I see the video of him eating pizza and so he's like, yeah, look at this. This pizza's great. Woo, yeah, I love frozen pizza. That's what he's in a little bit of trouble in the office. Because he says the Paisans frozen pizza is like the best pizza out there. And it's like, you can't be Benny Wednesday, the pizza review guy, and prefer frozen pizza over fresh cooked pie.
As someone who is a little biased towards the Paisans pizza family because of the things we got to do with them 2 years ago during the pandemic and Barstool and everything else. Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of that. I cannot believe that that's the same person. Here's what I would say for our pal Radar, aka Benny Wednesday, who are, I guess, also 3 different people now. I like the hat.
Awesome.
Where did you get that hat?
What hat?
The snapback Paisans pizza hat.
Probably at Paisans. How is that bad for me? How's that?
It's bad for me. I want the hat.
Where would you get?
I want the hat.
Where would I get a Paisans hat? Let me see if I can find one.
Where?
I wonder where I can find a Hideaway hat. There's got to be a place I can grab one of those somewhere like nearby.
I've got a Hideaway hoodie. I want that Paisans hat. I'm not even a hat guy. That hat is awesome.
Oh God! Now here you go. Paisans frozen pizza is goated.
It is. It's
but it's not. You're not going to take a frozen. I don't care how good. It could be the best frozen pizza in the world. You're taking the fresh pie. You're taking the fresh cooked pie over the frozen pizza.
Paisans getting a lot of love here on this podcast, Benny Wednesday. All right, next time he's going to pay for
the
this.
regular fresh cooked Paisans pizza is great too. No, you can't. It's not great too. It's better than frozen pizza. How dare you, Russell? How dare you? Live from the wild world of sports, right here at the Saratoga Lake Golf Club. It's the Hideaway, which makes me feel like it's football season. I'm getting all excited for football.
We can talk about football. We got 2. Wait, I didn't even put this in the rundown. I got to make a banner for this. Did we talk about Baker getting traded?
We alluded to it by saying we wanted to bet the Panthers in week 1 of the NFL season, but no, that might be the most interesting quarterback room in the history of NFL football. The first and the third pick from, what was that, the 18 draft?
That's right.
So you got Baker went first, Darnold went third. You got Matt Corral, who goes in the third round this year. You got PJ Walker, who's a Temple guy, which Matt Rule loves his Temple guys. Oh, and by the way, the guy running the offense is Ben McAdoo. Like, come on, man.
He's back. By God almighty, that's Ben McAdoo's music. See, I'm glad you went with the clown music rather than just like the classic McAdoo. It would have been so much easier, but you went with the harder joke there.
But so I heard Jordan Ron on this morning talking about McAdoo.
I also heard Jordan Ron on. What's he up doing up at 7:00 in the morning hosting a Sunday show?
So up 7:00 in the morning hosting a Sunday show.
Talking a long time, by the way. I didn't think Ron on would be a radio guy.
Well, he was
likes to run on.
I was gonna say that was his. There was two Jordans.
Oh, come on! Yeah. Damn it, man! No! Thank you, man. All right, I'm done. I'm done with the thanks. They just ruined it. Go ahead. Thank you. Jesus. Man, I'm struggling this morning. I was so pissed, man. It was such a stupid joke I had.
Start drinking. I wouldn't mind a Bloody Mary.
Anyways, Jordan Ron on this morning on a radio station. I refused to listen to.
He was saying that McAdoo prefers Darnold. He thinks he can fix Darnold.
Do you believe that statement from Jordan?
I believe that Ben McAdoo believes that. I see, like he makes some good points. Like Ben McAdoo, if you think about it, like he had a great track record in Green Bay. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, everything like that, whatever, blah blah blah. When he's the offensive coordinator for the Giants, Eli plays phenomenal. The offense runs great to the point that he kind of leverages himself into a position of power where you think he could go to Philadelphia. So the Giants jump the gun and make him a head coach too early. And then he's in purgatory, but now he's back and he's got a quarterback room of a guy like Baker Mayfield, who historically has a chip on his shoulder to the side, like taller than him. Sam Darnold, who has all the physical gifts you could possibly want to be a quarterback. Matt Corral, who's somebody that everybody thought could have been a first rounder in another year if things had gone a little bit different. And a guy who knows the way that Matt Rule wants to run an offense in PJ Walker. If I think he can pull a quarterback out of that room that makes sense and works this year.
Here's how far I think Ben McAdoo and Carolina can go. And this is Giant fan. Hang on. Like, I know you're going to probably laugh out loud here and think we've already hit the Bloody Mares. If this goes well for Carolina, I can see Ben McAdoo getting a second chance to be a head coach in the NFL. And here's my theory on this. Matt Rule seems like he already wants out of Carolina. He's seen a lot of money get spent in the college football world where he was successful with both Baylor and Temple. Yeah, God, saying that out loud is still wild. It's like an NCAA video game. That he was successful with both those programs. And Carolina, with that quarterback room, if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, the NFC South's got some questions post-Tampa, and I'm talking like Atlanta, what they're going to do, New Orleans, how they're going to come together post-Sean Payton. There's a path there for Carolina to make the postseason. And if Rule decides to jump into college football and make a huge amount of money and say, you know what, I'm going back to college football, I like it better, they could say, you know what, Ben McAdoo improved this offense. He figured out the quarterback situation. We've got someone for the future, whether it be Baker or Sam Darnold. We're going to let him take it over. Like, he got us to the playoffs and got us better. Why not let this guy do it again? Now, the bedside manner is the phrase I'm going to use here for Ben McAdoo. How he's handled things involving athletes has been horrible in New York. And that's why he had I think Jordan used his phrase, the fall from grace, from having this successful offensive mind to people calling him an idiot and having to be out of the NFL and working us all the way back in. So, yeah, I think Ben McAdoo actually is poised to have a comeback, Giants fans, as wild as that sounds. And to the quarterback room, I would think they're going to keep both on the roster. I know Darnold's due like 16 to 18 mil, and Baker's got a ton of money. So,
but they're not paying Baker.
And exactly right. Cleveland's going to have to pay him a few million of dollars to stay away from Cleveland's season.
Yeah. No, I think the odd man out is going to be PJ Walker there. I think he's odd man out. But, to your point, Ben McAdoo, if he knows what he's doing as far as X's and O's go, and you've got to you can't put all the blame on him for what happened with the Giants. That's the Giants organization. It was like, yeah, we want you to bring us to the future. Okay, well, if I'm going to do that, I've got to walk away from Eli. It's over. No. Okay, well, that's not what you asked me to do. Okay, go ahead. He does it. No, and they fire him.
Right, yeah.
So I hope that Carolina, the ownership there, if they do that, whoever announces him as the next head coach, whether it's Colony High, the Carolina Panthers, or Hobart, I don't give a crap. Go get the man a tailored suit. and make him get a haircut that he doesn't. Don't even let him see it.
That's right.
He doesn't get to pick the haircut and get him a tailored suit. That's all there is.
I know our guy Chad's not out here right now. Should the Jets fans feel interested in this whole storyline, how it plays out? Because there was a chance somewhere along the lines that the Jets could have possibly had Baker Mayfield. I know he goes 1 to Cleveland that draft, but they do have Sam Darnold. So will Jets fans look at how Darnold plays in Carolina and compare this constantly to Zach Wilson this upcoming season?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe if Zach Wilson's a complete dumpster fire and Darnold actually plays well at some point, which I really think it's going to be Baker Mayfield when all's said and done. I guess you would always kind of like look at it as the one who got away. You broke up with her. You didn't want anything to do with her. And then she looks really good. She's dating a guy. He looks happy. You're like, damn it. How'd that one get away from me? Oh, I pushed her out the door. Oh, okay. That's how. But it's just that wasn't meant to be.
Even though you're not a big Baker Mayfield fan, even though I can't say he played well last season, I think we can agree on this. A pissed off Baker Mayfield is the best Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah.
From when he was a walk-on at Oklahoma to when he was sitting on the bench his rookie season for Cleveland, had a historic year. When Baker Mayfield is playing with that, like you said, a chip on shoulder bigger than himself, there is no doubt of how good a player he can be.
Agreed. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting story, and that's what it's all about. Especially considering the fact they play, it's gonna be him versus the man that replaced him, Jacoby Brissett, in Week 1. It's gonna be
your
really...
dear friend.
How funny is it that Jacoby Brissett is gonna get to start because Deshaun Watson did bad things towards Massachusetts, and I've rubbed Jacoby Brissett the wrong way. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
I think we need to go to church after this episode.
That's what I used to call drinking St. Ides. Bright and early, guys. Nice. On my way to the market. So Corey just wants everybody to know he's headed to the farmer's market.
Corey did plan on hanging out with us today.
Did he?
And then he said, "Oh, you guys are gonna be golfing and doing stuff. What am I gonna do?" I don't know.
It's not about you, Corey. See, Corey thought it was NFL Week 1 too because we were here. That's what it is.
Corey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to head over to Troy, New York. Go to Johnstone Supply and Troy to get yourself a new AC unit. Corey, I assume it's really hot where you live out in the farm. You need to cool down this summer. Stay cool this summer thanks to Johnstone Supply in Troy, 6th Avenue in Troy. Give them a call today.
I hope it's air conditioned wherever Levack and Goz the cows are.
Yeah, how are they doing, by the way?
I don't know.
518-272-5922. Call Johnstone Supply in Troy on Monday and ask how are Levack and Goz, those cows, doing. 518-272-5922.
It's like a fat joke when you say it that way. I don't really care.
It'll get Tom very excited. George, Cav, James, all those guys over there. 518-272-5922. Again, AC units. It's July. What have you been waiting for? Maybe your AC unit just broke, though. Johnstone Supply in Troy is the place to get that upgrade. By the way, you're working on those summer projects. If you're up with us this morning, I got a bunch of stuff to do today.
I do.
Don't forget to get your tools with great prices at Johnstone Supply in Troy, 6th Avenue. Save yourself some cash this summer by getting those prices down for you in store. Johnstone Supply NY on Facebook as well. Johnstone Supply in Troy.
Tools that come with great prices come with great responsibility.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's true. It's damn true. All right, we are live here. It's the Wild World of Sports golf tournament, Saratoga Lake Golf Club, as well as, of course, the Hideaway, where the best food, Bloody Marys, everything is. Even though no one's brought me a Bloody Mary yet, promo code Chad, and it's just a really fun tournament. Shotgun started at 10. I haven't seen the shotgun yet, but I have seen a lot of people walk out like with their shirts off.
Yeah, what is up with that today?
It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. No, so please come on out, hang out, get some food, enjoy yourself. It's a beautiful day here. Apparently, I'm going to hit Jared Lozier in the Goonie Goo at some point. By the way, Corey's just updated us. Levack is more friendly. That's the way it is in real life too, Corey, not just the cow.
What are you talking? Oh, the cow. All
yeah.
Right. I thought it was something.
I also do.
To him.
He likes me in real life because I will buy like meat and stuff off of him. That's why he Corey. Don't pretend you actually like me. You just like me because I'll give you money and when you bother me enough.
The hustle, Corey. We're on to you.
Same reason my kid sometimes likes me. There's money involved, and then it's okay after that. The future of the college football conferences.
I've got some theories here, Levack. I think we should just reset the story a little bit, though, for those who have missed the nonsense that's gone on. So we've got USC and UCLA heading to the Big Ten. That's the rumor out there.
Yep.
Also upcoming very soon is Texas and Oklahoma heading to the SEC.
Would you say Texas is back?
I can't wait. That's better than the crying Jordan meme. I can't wait for week 1 where I can tweet that out. Oh, it's going to feel so good. Now there's also reports that the Big 12 has reached out to 6 Pac-12 teams about them potentially going. So if you're hanging with us here with the math, that would leave 4 teams left in that conference if those reports are true, although the Big 12 has already added Cincinnati, UCF, a bunch of other schools. You get the point. There's a lot of shakeup going on here in college football. I now have a theory. Let me know if you hate this or love this. We're going towards there being really 2, maybe let's do 3 for the sake of this conversation.
Right.
3 monster conferences: the SEC, the Big 10, and we'll say the Big 12 just for the sake of this conversation. Okay, so let's say there's
the ACC.
I would say the ACC is not being active enough for me to trust.
ACC missed their chance.
Yes, I would say they were too slow to go here. Let's say there's 60 teams involved. Do you see them, this Power 60, we'll call it, bouncing from the NCAA? Or, and this I didn't realize until this week, I didn't realize the NCAA doesn't own the college football playoff. Those Power 5 schools run the college football playoff. Now, Cincinnati got in last year, but we're talking about it's basically, I think the best way to describe it would be like a conference basketball tournament. Hey, it's like the ACC tournament you see in March Madness all the time. The NCAA doesn't run that; those conferences run that. So these guys all came together. Exactly right. So do you see this theory potentially of the breakoff coming, where it's hey, we'll run this, we'll do our thing, and you guys can figure out whatever the hell you guys want to do over there?
I don't know if it'll break off officially or just influence it to the point that it does what they want, because there is something to be said for no one blames the Big 10, Pac-12, the SEC for things that go wrong in college football. We all blame the NCAA. Mark Emmert is Satan. The guy who runs the SEC. I can't think of his freaking name, but Emmert, yeah, that guy's a scumbag. So it's almost like they become an insurance policy a little bit, but it's definitely not going to stay the way it is, because it's just these monster conferences are taking over. Big 10 is now the Big 16, and there's rumors that they're going to find a way to get Notre Dame. Which you get Notre Dame, then you're with everybody. You're with the SECs of the world and everything like that. You're right there. So I just, it's not going to be the same, but it's not going to be. But I don't think it goes away.
I don't feel like I want to see the NCAA go away either. Not because of the evil that it has been, but it seems as if the conferences don't really need them, but it's also not hurting them that they're there. There's something about the flag of the NCAA still gives legitimacy rather than starting your own thing. I wonder if this. Go ahead and read that. I saw that too.
Corey. Yeah, guy's a cheap ass that buys garbage meat. LOL.
Corey, my expertise when it comes to meat is not high.
Yeah, it's easy. Just give Corey money and he'll give you food. Support local business, guys. All right, Jesus.
Corey, next time you can give me your more expensive sausage.
Put your meat right in his mouth.
So here's what it could potentially have in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, let's call this the NIL conference. Division. Division's a better way to say this. Division. 60 teams. Okay. You've got these guys making millions of dollars off the field, like the Bryce Youngs, all these Texas players, whatever. You've got that. We'll call that now Division 1.
Okay.
Division 2 is full scholarship conference. So you would have San Diego State, Fresno State, Santiago. Okay. Fresno State, UConn, Cincinnati, all these other schools. Plus, you're going to like this part. Plus Albany, Villanova, Richmond. So the FCS kind of gets bumped up a little bit. So now these full scholarship conferences all become one big ass division. So you've got the top 60 here. You've got this big ass conference here with scholarships. Division 3 becomes partial scholarships, and then Division 4 is non-scholarship. So basically, you've got 1, 2, 3 division levels of college football. Maybe there's just another division on the way. Like if you want to go do that thing where you're paying your players millions of dollars through NIL and you're having your college football playoff and ESPN and Fox are paying for the rights, great. Like a North Texas is never going to compete. Like Northern Illinois. So let's say they go undefeated. They may never make the college football playoff, or like even 10-2. All of a sudden you get like all these teams can have like playoffs and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like now it kind of matters rather than the whatever stupid bowl, the San Diego Credit Union Bowl. Rather than that happening, you get a quarterfinal matchup between like San Diego State and Albany. Like I'd be more invested in a playoff than a random ass bowl game through these smaller conferences. That's, I think, could be a potentially really cool idea.
Yeah, more football is good football. I hate all the names. Like take the numbers out of your freaking names. Or here's what I like, right? So I was thinking about this morning. So let's say the Big Ten goes to Notre Dame and says, look, we're going to give you, how much did you make on your deal with NBC? Okay, we're going to give you that plus X. You don't dictate who the Big Ten team are and the rest by who plays it. Like you don't relegate them down to a lesser league like the Big Ten and the other 6 or whatever the hell it is. What you do is the top 10 winning teams get the most revenue. And the other 6 have to fight it out for the scraps until they get their shit together.
I like, you know what? I get why you're doing this because you might have seen some of these tweets about Vanderbilt and Rutgers. Because Vanderbilt and Rutgers, well, here's what they get to do, right? Vanderbilt and Rutgers gets to sit back and be like, look, we suck. We're 3-9. We're 2-10. Who gives a shit? Like, hey, we're still getting paid.
We're getting Big Ten and SEC money.
Yeah,
like, let's go.
Who cares? We're getting paid. And if we win, we get even more money. Great. So I get your point. Like that's not how it should go.
Right.
Like Rutgers should be competitive and also
Rutgers is like trying though. Since they brought back Shiano, at least Rutgers is worth watching again.
This is a wild statement to say out loud, but I believe it's really true. You could argue Rutgers joining the Big Ten is one of the smartest moves in college football history or college athletic history. Seriously, because they stink. They're not good, but they got into the Big Ten. You know how many schools would have been banging the drum to get into the Big Ten who actually are like legitimately like a TCU? Or, I mean, we could run through a bunch of other ones, but they suck and they got in. Like Syracuse would probably love
but when
to
Rutgers
Clemson.
got in, it was because of the Shiano and like
yes, yeah,
they would dominate lesser competition. And you thought maybe the State University of New Jersey could work their way up into actually competing for the Big Ten. And who knows? They might again. Shiano is no joke, man. He brings clout with him. He brings a lot of clout.
And New Jersey as a pipeline recruiting state, they always have really good players. Like Jabril Pepper is a former Michigan Wolverine NFL guy. He's a New Jersey guy. There's a bunch of New Jersey prospects that come through there. Don Bosco Prep, one of the best prep schools in the country.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Live at the Wild World of Sports Golf Tournament. It's going to be a crazy one today. I hope I remember to take some pictures. I won't, but if I did, you'd see craziness. I swear it. Just a lot of fun to be had. A lot of like athletic challenges at the holes to get yourself an advantage and things like that. I believe they have a thing called alcohol. It's crazy. I've never had it before.
Oh, you saw John Danielle wrote into the show. Oh, is that a segue?
John Danielle.
Sorry,
yeah,
guy.
Just gonna like this is hello all. And good luck, buddy. Don't loose too many balls. Wrong. He took the O off of 2 and added it to lose. And there he is. He made a fat joke about me the other day, so I'm still a little bitter towards that little marble red infested Miller Lite swilling D-bag.
I miss John Danielle.
I do too, but my aim is getting better.
Only him at 8:45 in the morning after an alcohol reference could spell 2 words wrong in a post.
Right. And miss the one letter, like flip the letter to where it belongs. No, yeah. So we're having a lot of fun here today. You should always keep an eye on the Hideaway Facebook page. That's where we're broadcasting. One of the places we're broadcasting today. But a lot of golf tournaments you can sign up for. A lot of cool things going on. Always great food. I mean, the food is just phenomenal. For my money, the best Bloody Mary in the Capital Region. So definitely something to keep an eye on all the way through. And hopefully I hit him pretty good today. I'd like to hit him well. I'd like to hit him. I don't even care if I don't need to win. Mike Corda, Matt Woods, who I'll be golfing with, they need to win. I don't need to win. Matter of fact, they're going to be winning. They're going to be wearing their championship shirts from the last tournament.
Wait. Well, let's go back here a second. So these guys, Mike Corda and Matt Woods, pretty competitive golfers. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that. I thought they were just out there just hacking away.
No, Corda's really good. As long as his shoulder holds up, He's really good. They won the Labatt Blue tournament that I was in.
Yeah, when you were saying that they won the tournament, I assumed just Mike was driving at like 280, 300.
Yes.
Matt just had a good enough mid-game, and that was like, all right.
And then Ryan, my director of corporate sponsorships, is his short game stylist, I guess.
Oh, so it's like that perfect combination there. Okay.
But Ryan's not here, so it's me now. And I do not.
The pressure's on for you knocked out the short game putts.
I make the shots that nobody expects me to make.
That's the best way to play golf.
I'm the one who oh man, you've hit 4 terrible shots in a row. There's no way you're gonna do anything. And then all of a sudden I just crush one perfectly, hit the pin, but that's it. That's all I got. I got nothing else.
I feel like that's the best way to play golf, because if you have a high expectation for yourself and you go out there and shoot a below average game, then you maybe don't have as much fun, especially if you're playing this competitively. But if you go in with very low expectations, maybe there's a theory on life. If you just constantly have low expectations and have people believe you're going to disappoint them and you shock them, then it's a great way to live life. Clearly, you've seen I've lived a lot of moments in life like that.
There's an old bit on Mad TV called, it was a dating thing. It was like lowered expectations, and they go to the video and be like, "Hi, I like date. I want to date you. Hi."
Well, guys, if you want to get married this summer, Lily and David Fine Jewelers. Ladies out there, if you thought about lowering your expectations, maybe that man you're dating.
I'm single. How you doing?
Maybe he's not the one, but you might find the one eventually, and that guy's going to propose to you, and hopefully gets it right with the engagement ring from Lily and David Fine Jewelers. I know that. There it is right there. Lily and David
The one
Fine
thing
Jewelers.
Goz has gotten right so far.
Thank you to Alyssa. Shout out to her. I just saw Jeremiah, by the way, the other day. I love talking about his story that he bought it for his now wife. Alyssa and the crew helped him with that purchase, and now they can do the same for you as well. Whatever it might be. Maybe you've already got the engagement ring. You're looking for the 2-for-1 wedding band sale. You're looking for maybe some cool earrings, something that fits her style, her fashion, and more. You might not know what that is, but don't worry. The staff there can help you find what she's looking for. Family-owned and operated business. We just talked about supporting local businesses and not buying meat out of Corey's truck. We want you to actually go out and support Lily and David Fine Jewelers and Corey.
I think Corey went there.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he did. Shout out to Corey. Yeah,
so Corey supports you.
Yeah.
But you don't support Corey.
I bought Corey's meat before.
Maybe once.
Lily and David Fine Jewelers, located Route 50, the
you
shops
should buy
of Wilton.
as much meat as the equivalent of what he spent on his engagement ring.
I'm not doing that.
Wow.
Corey.
Wow.
I can just imagine Corey now camped out at Lily and David Fine Jewelers in the parking lot. Shops of Wilton, Route 50. You see a man selling meat out of his truck.
Sure, you got the right ring. But what are you making for dinner? Huh? Ribeye? What? Come on.
Buy the ring first, or a nice piece of jewelry. Then if you see a man selling meat out of his truck, say hello. Lily and David Fine Jewelers. Tell them you heard about it from Levack and Goz, and you're concerned about the person in the parking lot. Just me. Alyssa's going to text me. Is that Corey? I'm not asking to leave.
I just picture him hunting people down across Marla. Want my nuts?
How'd it go in there?
They come out all right.
I miss Corey. Corey, live tweet from the market. Play by play. What's going on out there?
Challenge him. Don't ask him to do that. We're live here at the Hideaway. It is it's Saratoga Lake Golf Club. Check us out at Tech East Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page, tefirewater.com. We are your best way back to normal fire, water, any kind of damage. Just don't freak out. We'll come out. We'll take good care of you. I love when my friends call me up and go, "Hey, this happened. What do I do?" And I send my guys out and boom, they're taking care of everybody's happy. Speaking of getting happy, I need to get better at basketball again. I need just one quick contract. Just one. All I need is one contract. So, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah, $60 million for Damian Lillard.
Distracted by people.
This wonderful gentleman wanted to sign in. They said, "Where can I sign?" You guys are good. Yeah,
don't tell them that. You don't know anything.
Right,
Chad will tell them what they need to know.
Chad, I thought they were good.
Jesus.
$60 million per year. Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
The lead headline today said that he hopes to fulfill his promise and win a championship in Portland.
Too bad that's not going to happen. But at least you got a ton of money and you're going to finish in the Trailblazer uniform again. I like that. There's not enough of that really, but that money is stupid. That's just stupid. That's insane. The amount of money they're spending.
I feel like I know the answer to this, but it's fun to go through this for some fans who are questioning where the hell the money's coming from. Is it China? Is it as simple as that the revenue of the NBA, because it's smaller roster sizes, ESPN's television contract. And if you remember, like when ESPN had layoffs 5 years ago, it was because they weren't making as much money on those NBA contracts, but now the money is still in the league. Yeah, I think that's the simple answer, unless you've figured out how the hell this money is going to these players this fast, or the luxury tax, which I think some people are kind of confused by, that some NBA owners, if you go over the salary cap, they can just pay it. Like, how much did I go over? $2 million. All right. Like, here you go. Like the Warriors were the kings of that for a while, where they'd go over like 35 mil. And the owner would just be like, whatever. All right. I want Draymond, Klay Thompson, and Steph. So
I think it's one of those things where you go, how much would you pay for a championship? I'd pay $35 million. Okay. Here's $35 million. Now you're there. Like that's, I think that they lose sight of that. Like that was the beauty of Steinbrenner, George Steinbrenner back in the day. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to spend more because I want to win. And it didn't always work, but when it did, and like people hated him for it, but you wish your owner spent money like that. So Dame Lillard gives you a watchable product, a product you're going to spend tickets on. If he wasn't there, they'd probably go 2 years without having any tickets.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you said the key word there was about business and tickets, because this is interesting for you now, because you see the world a little bit different working in the presidential role. I'm not comparing Mike Cord to George Steinbrenner, but I'm getting to the point
Similar, though.
I think what you mean by this, and I think what maybe the casual sports fan doesn't understand, is that some of, we'll call them investments. Some of these investments, whether they be in players, whether they be in marketing, whether they be in a actual market, the goal of a lot of these successful business people like Mike is that, hey, the reason I'm spending this money is because I know a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, I'm going to see a return on it. For the Portland Trailblazers, it's like, okay, so what are we going to do? If we're going to give Damian Lillard $120 million over the next 2 years, do we think we're going to, like you said, sell more tickets, sell more jerseys, sell more gear, get this, get that? They have to. And like, you get to see this now from a different perspective, that some of these investments that fans might see, here's why it's actually going to happen like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think you and I were pretty dialed into this kind of stuff in the past too, but like to see it up close, it's a risk reward, risk analysis kind of thing, where you try to make sure you get you'll overpay for a guy that is going to put butts in seats. And is it overpaying if the investment comes back? I don't know. Like, Yankees are about to have this conversation publicly in the offseason with Aaron Judge. We're going to pay a 30-year-old, $400 million. Does that make sense? Ultimately, you're going to have to do the math between what you've already saved on him, what he can actually produce on the field during that time frame, and what, how many butts and seats and eyeballs on products he's going to bring your way. Because I think there's a lot of people think that he's going to get away from the Yankees. If that happens, you better have, Dominguez or somebody. You better have another star ready to go, because Judge is hands down the biggest star in baseball right now. He's even like Shohei Ohtani in the left coast and stuff like that, whatever. But Judge is the biggest star in baseball. And if you let him leave,
not good.
That's what they had to do with Lillard. Lillard is Dame time, all that fun stuff. So they keep it rolling.
It's also strange when, like, Yankee fan has to evaluate if this is the best Aaron Judge there ever is, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I could use this line once a show forever. It's not your money.
No,
the
right.
Yankees got to spend it. It's not your money. So don't worry about whether or not he's going to come back. But do you feel like, going back to these NBA contracts, that the popularity, we'll use Judge as an example here, there's got to be like a new popularity clause, which would be kind of cool. Like, look, I know that you should probably make this, but you're who you are, and we're going to give you more. And I bring up I call it the popularity clause, because older sports fans don't know what I'm talking about. This is like Michael Jordan in the 90s. That Michael Jordan's salary was more than the entire Bulls combined, including Scottie Pippen. And one of the reasons they locked out the NBA, they're like, we don't know how to do the Michael Jordan stuff. We've just reset the market for Jordan, because what do you guys think's the right number? He can't make all than his entire team combined. But I don't think that will happen across sports. But it's interesting. Well,
the weird thing is the popularity clause, right? Isn't that sponsorship dollars?
Yes, that's the answer.
So if you're popular, like Judge gets the Jersey Mike's money and the this and the that money and everything, whatever. Like, if I'm going to pay you more for being popular, does that mean I get a piece of your sponsorship money? Like, you get to double dip that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And I wonder if the Jordan comparisons, maybe that time frame, he was putting the endorsement money on a whole new level. Like, obviously people did commercials and like magazine ads. God, that sounds like it's so long ago. But really, like, I think about what it was. Mickey Mantle was drinking Natty Light. Like, there's these old school commercials. But Jordan took it to a whole new level of what you just mentioned, that How did the teams handle that? Yeah. Do they want to
Yeah.
cut? Do they need not need
Nike,
a cut?
Gatorade,
All right,
McDonald's.
Seeing Damian Lillard get $60 million. You wonder about the Knicks. Like, are they going to be the most stupid at some point? Like, are they going to toss 140 or 150 at somebody in the future? I know they tossed 100 at Jalen Brunson, which is still a really interesting way. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's the thing with them is they have the money. You know what I mean? Like if they would, all this does for me is the same thing I say about the Rams in the NFL, right? Any team that says, "Oh, we just couldn't figure out the salary cap, couldn't keep your guy," they didn't want him because there's a way. These guys are better at math than we are. They can hide money, they can move money, they can do all these things. If the Knicks go and spend 120, 200, 300 million, whatever it is on somebody, and then it doesn't hit, they got to keep spending money. They got to find the right guy because that's what the Yankees did. That's what you got to do. Because if not, you're going to continue to suck. You're going to continue to be a place that nobody wants to go to. They're going to you got to pay a loser's tax right now. You got to spend money. Figure it out. Get it done. I don't want to hear crying, Dolan. Little bitch.
Man. Weird transition here, but speaking about paying people off, did you see the story involving Vince McMahon?
I still don't know. Like it's weird because I was out the other night and Benny Wednesday tagged me in the story, and I'm like, is it because he knows I'm curious about the women that involved, or is it like he thinks I better start saving money? Like what's the what's the motive here? Where are we at with Vince McMahon right now?
He's allegedly paid over $12 million to 4 different women. Hush money. We thought it was just one woman. Now it's up to 4 for 12 mil.
All
right.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Benny Wednesday brought this up, and here's why I'm even more curious of the McMahon thing. Is it timing of the world? Like, if this was 3 years ago, or even 2 years ago pre-COVID, when everybody was getting canceled, and this is like a done deal already. Like, this news came out on a Friday, technically a week earlier. And by Monday, you would be like, all right, well, McMahon's probably going to resign on Monday. Like, this is just the world we're living in. I don't know if it's the world has changed and just like, I don't know, a less rush to cancel people, or if Vince McMahon just doesn't care. He's like, I'm going down with this. Or is it like, hey, it's a part of like the theater? Like, I'm confused as to why McMahon is getting away with, maybe that's the right way to phrase this, the feedback. Something doesn't feel like it should, how it has the last 3 years with this story. Am I off on this?
I guess not, but it's just, I think one of the things it comes down to is it's Vince freaking McMahon. He's been like the TV villain for most people for the last, 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh no, the TV villain's really a villain? Plus it's like, I don't know, but there's 12 million. What would you do for, actually, what would it take to get you to spend a night in jail? What would you do for $12 million? Or your share of 12? 3 mil? What would you do for $3 million?
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. So what would you let Vince McMahon do you for $3 million? It's the wild world of sports, my friends. Getting wild. I just like, I mean, there's a part of it that's very, who are the victims in this, right? So we don't have a name or a real face to put to the women. So we don't have that like video moment from Ray Lewis. Vince McMahon has always been a villain in most of our minds. It's always been an acting villain. So I bet you some people still think he's like, maybe it's not even real. And then like, finally, I think the only real victim, imagine if you're like a talented wrestler and you never made any money from WWE. Meanwhile, like Vince's secretary made like $6 million because he tried to play like additional dictations. What?
I was going to say what a gig, but I don't think that's the right way to respond to that. So let's go back to Nick Khan. I think we need to bring him into this because he's an interesting part of this.
He's not AEW.
No, that's Tony Khan, right?
Right.
Nick Khan is a superpower agent. Used to run the CAA agency, which is like all the big time athletes and media people you see on ESPN. Nick Khan was the head of that. WWE brought him in about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and he was going to be the president. So it'd be like Vince is 1, Khan's 2, and then Triple H, Stephanie, his daughter, his son-in-law, all those guys in the mix somewhere throughout that. So it would seem as if Khan knew this was coming, and McMahon played this years ahead. Like, look, I got some skeletons in my closet. Someone needs to make sure when this comes, we don't get canceled, and that's why Khan's coming in. Then it felt like at one point, hey, hang on a second, wait a second. Khan's actually going to take over. Like, he's the one putting all the, because Triple H was gone, Shane was gone, Steph was gone. Vince was on the way out like, wait a second. Someone just took out all the McMahons. You evil Nick Khan. You are behind it all along. But then Vince has this report come out on a Friday in the summer by the Wall Street Journal. The ESPN site still ran, even though they're semi-partners. So now I'm all on a knot. Like, did the WWE intentionally do this and waited to like the most dead time of the year, arguably in early July? Did Nick Khan misstep and misfire and try to take out the king and he actually missed? I'm in a knot on this story, Levack. I feel like McMahon's going to survive it again. I feel like they've done the steroid era and WCW and everything else this guy's gone through over, 30, 40 years? He's always beat everything. He is like Logan Roy from Succession. The guy's not going down.
Again, though, like, tell me when the news gets shocking. Hey, Vince McMahon, tried to diddle his secretary for a while. Hey, Vince McMahon, saved a puppy from a fire. I'm way more shocked by the puppy from a fire than I am that he did something, torrid. Like, it doesn't. I think that's part of it. I think it's just not shocking to people. It's like that's who that guy is. Plus, how many of the woke crowd are even aware of Vince McMahon's existence? Something tells me, the people who are, rallying against inequality everywhere aren't breaking down on a Monday night to watch Raw. Like, it just doesn't. Those
circles aren't. There's not that in between and the old graph.
It's like you stay in your lane, you do your thing. I'll be over here protesting Deshaun Watson because I know who he is. I mean that's what it feels like. But who knows? I just there's also something to it too, where it's like, okay, we don't know who they are, and they all got money. All right, nobody's ever going to find out who I am, and I get money. Come on in, Vince. Let's talk.
I'm bummed because I thought at this point in the morning we'd see our pal Jared Lozier, who's going to help you save cash. Northeastern Insurance. You want to save cash this summer. Maybe you're going on the big vacation. Maybe you're going on the summer road trip, whatever it might be. Jared Lozier is the guy to help you, your car, your home, your small business. 518-956-3753. That is Jared Lozier's number. Call him right now if you're watching this morning. Where are you? Why are you not here? Levack was supposed to assault you in between your legs during this
I got a new driver.
518-956-3753. You can text him that number as well, or you can email him, JAREDL@nemail.com for a free quote today. Telling you want to save cash this summer. You want to have a little bit more money to spend for whatever it is, whether it's the vacation, whether it's a big purchase. Maybe you want to spend money on DraftKings. I don't know what you want to do with your money. That's your question to figure out. And Jared's question, 518-956-3753. You can email him, Northeastern Insurance, JAREDL@nemail.com.
While you were talking about Jared, I was just staring at Chad, just staring at him and trying to make him uncomfortable. He said, "Oh, you need a drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So that's how we do that. All right. Promo code Chad. We're here at the Hideaway. It's the Wild World of Sports golf tournament. It is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get out there. CJ, are you swinging them today or no? No, not yet. Not yet. The pro here at the course blew his quad out.
Yeah. 6 weeks later, he won't swing a golf club.
Pussy.
God. Oh, I don't need crutches. I can carry a table.
Rub some tussin on it, you little wuss.
Yeah. I hurt my toe yesterday. I was asking me how I feel.
I have a Morton's Neuroma.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't even know what that is. Battle scar right there.
What is it, Morton's Neuroma?
It's a cluster of nerves that swell up inside the ball of your foot.
Right now, you've got it? Oh, man.
It feels like I'm stepping on marbles the whole time. So it's just, the only cure for it is a cortisone shot or lots of alcohol.
Rank these injuries: torn quad, Morton's Neuroma, hit my toe on a slide yesterday.
Well, obviously the quad is last. Obviously.
The quad is last.
Citra session. That's what I love about the Hideaway. They always have like the most eclectic variety of beverages. I appreciate that. And here we can drink them without getting scorned and ridiculed. You guys think about that, okay? Think about that. Not all heroes wear capes.
You go ahead and sip that. This was going to be time for Q&A, and today I feel like
God's so uncomfortable right now.
I feel like we've covered everything, right? I don't know if we've got any other questions to cover. Was there one big story that I missed? If you think we might have missed a story, you can let us know. Facebook, Twitter, right now. I feel like
I have a story that I'd like to talk about.
We're not talking about.
I want to be there for the people who need the support. They're being rallied against for no reason. let's just say if your coworker was being ridiculed recently, tell them I have their back.
All right.
That's all I'm asking.
That's, you know what? That's a good piece of advice for today. How about we close on?
I'm not saying any one person in particular.
Okay.
But if there's one person who goes to their other job,
Why are you staring at me?
Just tell their coworker that Jeff Levack
All right,
has your back.
Has your back. Jeff Levack has your back.
I should be a lawyer.
That was good.
I'm Jeff Levack, and I have your back.
That was-
Were you arrested for no good reason? Did you diddle 4 assistants and have to pay out $12 million in hush money? I'm Jeff Levack, and I have your back. Are you Tom Gozlowski the 3rd or the 15th or whatever the hell you are? Do you run a media company and underpay your most talented people? I don't have your back.
The last month's check was good.
Are you a news anchor who just does a great job all the time, but maybe one time, not perfect? Jeff Levack has your back.
All right, I'm gonna go hit some golf.
Go hit some golf balls. I'm gonna sit here and hope I have a job.
Are you hoping to find neon orange golf balls in the trees of the Saratoga Lake Golf Club? I have your back. I'm gonna hit a bunch of them in there.
That was JFK at the end. I got it. It was JFK.
Era, there's balls. Era everywhere, balls. Era balls. Stay away from the water hazard. Era. All right.
You and I are back Tuesday for a Techies Tuesday, and then we are back for the next 3 weekend shows, all for the pregame show for the Albany Empire.
Yeah, we'll see.
Got a lot of July shows coming up.
Era. All right.
Goodbye forever.
Advice for you.
You've given enough advice.
How you guys doing?
Hey guys,
My advice to everyone is don't take yourself so seriously. That's what.
Bye.